Shirt numbers in association football used to tell you as much about a player as the shirt numbers in rugby or American football, but that is no longer the case. There are still a few rules which tend to be observed, from a club's first choice goalkeeper wearing the number 1 shirt to the number 9 still largely being reserved for centre forwards. Certainly the lines have been blurred ever since the 1990s though, when most leagues switched from a starting 11 being numbered from 1 to 11 to players having fixed shirt numbers throughout a season, meaning a starting 11, included players with shirt numbers higher than 11 for the first time. Today I wanted to take a look at some of the best players with exceptionally high shirt numbers. You could assign shirt numbers to 4.5 starting 11s before you had to start numbering players 50 and above, so in theory, only really obscure youth team players, if anyone, ought to be numbered 50 plus. In reality, traditional customs mean little now, and particularly in Italy, lots of established first team players opt for unusually high numbers. I've picked the 7 I think are the best, but if I've missed anyone, do let me know in the comments. I forgot that Aston Villa existed in a recent video, so I can no longer claim to be the scrupulous, diligent YouTuber that I once was. Honourable mentions go to the likes of Ricardo Rodriguez, Antonio Candreva, Henrik Mkhitaryan, Justin Kluivert, Thomas Rincon, Gedson Fernandez, Sofiane Feghouli, Yuto Nagatomo, Gökhan Gönül, Robinho, and Gökhan Inler. Here are my views on 7 of the best footballers with shirt numbers higher than 50. Gianluigi Buffon. The greatest player in this 7, but not the best right now, it is a legend of the game who gets us started in this 7. Aged 41, Gianluigi Buffon returned to Juventus in the summer, where he was offered the number 1 shirt by Wojciech Szczesny and the captain's armband by Giorgio Chiellini. Humble as ever, the Italian great said no to both, insisting he was coming back to assist the team, not to take anything away from them. He opted instead for the number 77 shirt, which he wore more than 2 decades ago at Parma. Assessing Buffon's talents in his 3rd decade in football isn't easy, but I think he still deserves 7th place in this video. Steven Nzonzi. Steven Nzonzi hasn't had the best 12 to 16 months of his career since leaving Sevilla for Roma, but those of you who subscribe to this channel will know that he's a player I've long admired. Enormously underrated outside of Staffordshire during his time in the Premier League, Nzonzi proved his class in La Liga and with the French national team. Roma looked to move him and a couple of other high earners on in the summer, and Nzonzi joined Galatasaray on loan, where he will wear the number 92 shirt. Why exactly, I'm not sure, but Ryan Donk already had his preferred number 15 shirt. Arkadiusz Milik. An excellent centre forward who has had a rotten time with injuries since signing for Napoli, we got a reminder last season of just how good the Polish frontman could, and indeed can be. Following 2 seasons with very little football under his belt due to a serious anterior cruciate injury and a knee injury, Milik returned to bag 20 goals in 47 games. Most people expected Milik to take the number 9 shirt when he joined Napoli, which had recently been vacated by Gonzalo Higuain, but Milik's shirt number for Poland is 7. Jose Callahan had the number 7 shirt, and instead Milik opted for 99, the number that he has worn ever since. Josip Ilicic. I mentioned in the introduction that high shirt numbers were particularly common in Italy, and that is reflected in this 7. We stay in Serie A in 4th place, which brings us to Slovenian attacking midfielder Josip Ilicic. Ilicic has been playing in Italy for almost a decade now, having started for Palermo and Fiorentina prior to his 2017 transfer to Atalanta. A prolific scorer and creator of goals from midfield, Ilicic's preferred shirt number is 27, but with that having been taken, he has regularly worn the number 72 shirt as he does in Lombardy right now. Gianluigi Donnarumma. We're back to Milan for 3rd place, but it is to AC Milan rather than Inter Milan that we head for our bronze medalist. Gianluigi Donnarumma has played 150 Serie A games for AC Milan and has won 15 caps for Italy at the age of 20. An age in which most goalkeepers consider themselves lucky to get a run out in a cup competition here and there. Donnarumma may have been around for 4 years now, but we ought not normalise what are extraordinary accomplishments, and he's still the best young goalkeeper in the world. Donnarumma wears the number 99 shirt to AC Milan, despite the fact that the club has no assigned number 1. Marcelo Brozovic. From a defensive or central midfielder at a tricky 2018-19 season in Serie A and Nzonzi in this 7, to one who was absolutely superb, Marcelo Brozovic has firmly established himself as one of the most important players at Inter Milan. A tireless runner and an excellent passer of the ball, the 26-year-old Croatian international wears the number 77 shirt like Gianluigi Buffon, despite being a key man at the San Siro. A fantastic all-round footballer, Brozovic probably isn't appreciated quite as much as he ought to be outside of Italy, and he takes 2nd place in this 7. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Italian football may dominate this 7 with 5 out of the 7 inclusions, but it is a Premier League player who steals in to take top spot. Marcelo Brozovic gives him a mightily tough challenge, but I think young Trent Alexander-Arnold deserves to take top spot in this 7. Gary Neville has been echoing what I've long said on this channel about Alexander-Arnold over the last week. He must have only recently become a subscriber. Alexander-Arnold can obviously improve certain aspects of his game, but that is true of anyone, particularly a 21-year-old. The young right-back's deliveries into the box are almost without peer in the world game right now, and his 12 Premier League assists last season are testament to that. Following his performances last season, one suspects Liverpool would happily have obliged should Alexander-Arnold have requested a shirt number more reflective of his status within the squad, but he seems happy to stick with his now almost iconic 66 shirt. That's it for today's 7. Thanks for watching, give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and obviously make sure you're subscribed to HITC Sevens. Also, if you're watching on mobile, just try tapping your screen now. Apparently that is sometimes required to bring up our little subscribe button and a couple of other videos that YouTube thinks you might enjoy.